Hey, blessings. I have another video to share with you here. Please remember, subscribe and share the video. Now, in the spiritual field, there's a law for something that says that if you divide, you're going to multiply. Let me explain that. If you have two people and you send one to the left and one to the right, and two people get 5 people, this one person on the side get 5 people added onto them, and that person on the left get 3 people added onto them, what you really did is you divide to multiply, because 2 people will have brought 8 people to you. Now there's also another law. There's another law which says that when you subtract, you just add. Let me explain that. So when you have somebody that doing something good and you eliminate them, they would have impacted a certain amount of people where they were doing good. And those 2 laws are laws that have impacted spiritual walk. Those are laws that impact spiritual life. That is why the Bible said that when you do good, it does, let me say it this way, be not weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. That's in the book of Galatians. What does that mean? That means that you must have perseverance, you must have patience, and you must understand that no matter if you're not seeing the fruit of what you're doing, which is good now, somewhere along the line it will show itself up as good. Now what happens is that somehow we just get weary in doing well because we don't understand the laws. And you see, once you intend to walk the spiritual walk, there is something called laws. Why there is something called laws? There are things called laws because everything that exists, it exists by a law. Everything that exists, it must have a foundation. Everything that exists must have a system of function. And if something must have a system of function, it must have things that makes it operate, whether it is positive or whether it is negative. That is why when people do negative things to you, it means that they will be operating with their energy and your goodness. Now, if they meet your negativity, that means negative meet negative. But when their negative meet your positivity, your positive energy cannot really be humbled by their negative energy, because their negative energy will only do what negative could be done. You may explain that a little different. Let me explain that a little different. Every time they took out a disciple or an apostle of the Christ, every time they took out a bad person in your area or a good person in your area, they interfere with the law. So every time they kill a good person, it means that people are going to be conscious of the death of that good person. And they're going to look at the positive impact that that person would have made, whether it be a statesman, which is a minister of government or a powerful person in society, whether it be a community leader, which would be a person that would have really impacted a community, whether it be a church leader, whether it be a teacher, whether it be a doctor, it doesn't matter what it is. But the energy of the person would be created based on the impact, or I should say it would spread. It would create an atmosphere that people would want to build on it, or it would impact people that they would build on that positive energy that was shared. So here what my word is to you. My word is to you is to know that the system of Christianity, the system of Christ, the system of ancestry, the system, because I'm saying it anyhow, because once you take out something that is good and it has impact, it is going to cause a greater development. It is going to extend itself. It is not going to be that you take out a good man and that done. That's why sometimes there's a system called a 9 days wonder. When something negative or positive gets said, somewhere along the line it does have that full impact, that big impact for a certain period of time. But you see, the thing about the good in people is that it don't just disappear. It don't just disappear. History book, the Bible, history, any history book is written by somebody, or the stories about people that saw things and never left it as they saw it. These are the people that impacted change on people, change in society. So every time you want to reference somebody that was strong or somebody that was impactful on society or in your life, you would always reference somebody that would have acted or would have fulfilled a certain extent of their life under that law. So where's the conversation? The conversation is every time they take out a good man or they take out a good woman, which is to eliminate them, whether to kill them, whether to blaspheme them, whether to propaganda them. It doesn't matter what they do. It means that the good will always leave an impact. So next time you're studying about people prosecuting you, let them prosecute you. Why? Because the good that you do would speak for itself. You don't need to validate that, which means you don't have to try to prove whether they're right or whether they're wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So, next time, remember, when they say what they say or they do what they do, you understand, though war should rise up against you, you must be confident in that. You want more content? Follow, invite a friend, follow, subscribe, and get more. Blessing.